guys, so today I am going to be making a quick little video about the Vampire Diaries. I say that this is going to be a quick video, but at the same time it could easily turn into a half-an-hour video where I rant about things, but I guess we just see what happens. So yes, Vampire Diaries. We are on the very last season of the Vampire Diaries ever, which is really sad to think about, and I can't believe that the show is going to be ending. We are currently on episode 11, I believe, so there's 5 episodes left. Literally 5 episodes of Vampire Diaries left ever, and I find that really hard to believe because where we are right now in the show, I just don't see how they're going to wrap everything up in the next 5 episodes. I feel like there's just so much going on right now and everything's turned to shit that I don't know how they're going to wrap all this up and make things okay. Or if they're going to be terrible and make it so that the ending is not okay. Although I feel like Vampire Diaries should be nice and give us a nice ending. I mean, we all know Nina Dobrev is coming back for the finale, so it's going to be amazing. It's going to be epic. I feel like this is going to somehow all work out and everything's going to be fine. But that's not really what this video is about. This video is about me ranting about how Bonnie Bennett has been through so much on this show that I feel like we all need to take a minute and pray for Bonnie, because I feel like she just needs a happy ending more than anyone else on the show. I mean, every time that I've tweeted about the show recently, I've tweeted about how a character deserves to be happy. Like the first time that I watched since the show came back after Christmas, I was like, why can't Stefan be happy? And then I think like 2 weeks ago I was tweeting being like, okay, but why can't Damon be happy? This week I've been like, okay, but why can't Bonnie be happy? And I mean, really, out of all the characters on the show, Bonnie deserves to be happy more than any of them because she's just been through so much and she sacrifices so much for this cast that I just can't even deal. Like, really, I've always felt bad for Bonnie. Like, of all the characters on the show, she's definitely suffered the most. That being said, like, all of the characters have been through some sort of suffering in their lives, but I feel like Bonnie is probably the worst. And every time that she tries to move on with her life and tries to put herself first, it doesn't work, and I feel so sad, guys. And you know, I think the internet feels that too. I was just on Tumblr a few minutes ago and everyone was like, God damn it, people, why can't Bonnie be happy? It is just a mess. And you know, I kind of was like almost happy for her. Like, I really thought that her and Enzo were gonna get to live happily ever after. They were so cute in this episode. And then Stefan goes and kills Enzo, and I'm not okay, guys. I'm not okay with this. Bonnie deserves to be happy. Like, PSA, Bonnie Bennett deserves to be happy. This is a thing, guys. I just can't even deal. Like, trying to think back, like, it's been so long since I've like watched the earlier seasons of the Vampire Diaries, so I can't remember everything that Bonnie's been through, but you know, there's the whole thing like at the beginning where she lost her grams, and then like obviously being a witch, everyone needs her for everything. I mean, she's not a witch anymore because she lost her powers, but you know, all of the things that she's been through as a witch wouldn't have happened if it weren't for everyone else on the show. Like, she was just trying to live her life. She didn't even really want to be a witch. She didn't really want to be dragged into all this stuff, but because she's such a good friend to Elena, it happened. And the fact that like Bonnie's life was tied to Elena's and everyone was like, okay, well then we'll just kill Bonnie, it's like, no, that's not okay. Bonnie doesn't get to die just so Elena can live. That's not okay. Although when I think back, I think only really Damon thought it was okay to kill her for exchange for Elena to live. But still, the whole thing just, it's too much, guys. This whole thing is too much for me. I can't even deal. Like, I just need Bonnie to be happy. And like, it's so sad. And I'm hoping that somehow she finds happiness in the next 5 episodes, because I just need that for her. I just really need that for her. I need her to be okay. I need her to be happy, because I feel like everyone else on the show has had more moments of happiness than her, and I feel she needs that. I mean, I just need that. And so yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say in this video. Another thing that I wanted to say is that I'm still so surprised that after all this time, Matt is still human. And I feel like that's an accomplishment for him because everyone else in the show is supernatural. And you know, he's made it through. You know, he stuck it out as a human. So props to Matt for staying human for this long, because I feel like I would have given up by now. So there's that. Obviously, like I said earlier, you know, everything on the show's gone to shit, which has kind of been the way the show has been, like, for the last, like, season and a half or something. Like, it's basically just been the end of the world and everything's falling apart. So, not really sure how they're going to recover from that. We saw Bonnie stab Stefan with a cure. So, what does that mean for him? Is he going to be human? Is he going to have his humanity back? Like, what's going to happen with that? Did it even work? Do we know if it works? I don't know. People on Tumblr were suggesting that because Stefan now has the cure, are they going to set up for, like, Elena and Stefan to get back together? But I don't want that, like, at all. I feel like if they got Elena and Stefan together, it would kind of be like how in How I Met Your Mother they got Ted and Robin together in the end, and I would just not be okay with that, because we did not go through all of this Delena shit to have Stelena come through. Like, this is not about this, okay? I mean, I know, like, way back in the earlier seasons, I was all for Stefan and Elena being together forever, and I didn't really care for people who shipped Damon and Elena. But after everything that they've been through, I feel like that needs to happen. I feel like Elena and Damon need to be together now. That is the thing. And Stefan needs to be with Caroline. This is what I've accepted is going to happen. So if the show were to, like, make Stefan human so he could be with Elena, that's pretty shit. Not gonna lie, that's gonna be terrible. So don't let that be a thing. Also, Stefan and Damon are working for the devil. I was kind of, like, okay with that, to be honest, like, at the time, because, you know, they were sparing Alaric's kids, and you know Alaric's been through a lot too, so, you know, I felt like that was okay, but, you know, as Stefan's humanity gets switched off for the 1000th time, we know it's not going to go well. Demon's obviously been dealing with the sirens and all that. The sirens are dead now, so I guess he doesn't have to worry about that. Literally just saying things that are coming off the top of my head that's happened in Vampire Diaries. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I still don't know how they're going to wrap up everything at the end of the day. I know they're going to pull it off somehow, because TV shows always manage to pull off a good ending. Well, not always. Sometimes they get cancelled before they're meant to, and then they don't get time to wrap up things. But, you know, most shows who get to decide when their show is going to end and when it's going to be the last episode normally manage to wrap everything up. And so I'm excited to see how that happens. I kind of feel like they're doing more throwbacks. They're getting all the old cast members to reappear. Like in the last episode, we saw Vicky and Caroline's mom again, which was really sweet. I guess we're just going to be seeing a lot of those characters resurface again. I mean, I secretly kind of love when Vampire Diaries brings old cast members back. Like, whenever they did that Ghost episode where, like, Lexi and everyone came back, that was pretty cool. So, I wouldn't be mad if I got to see all those people again. Also, when Vampire Diaries ends, I think that might be the time that I finally start watching the originals. At the time when the originals first started off as the spin-off show, I was, like, too wrapped up in the Vampire Diaries world to even think about the originals. Like, I liked them, but I didn't like them as much as the actual main show, so I haven't watched the originals yet. But I told myself that after Vampire Diaries ended, I would watch the originals, because I think that show's still going on. Haven't heard any news of it ending anytime soon, so we'll definitely want to check out the originals. I feel like I'm still going to have to watch, like, Vampire Diaries up until the point where the originals leave, and then watch the originals, so that, like, I can follow on that storyline, if you know what I mean. So that'll be something else. At least technically the Vampire Diaries world isn't ending just yet. Okay, so someone just walked across the hall and I totally lost my train of thought, so I don't really remember the last thing that I was saying. But bottom line is, I'm not really ready for the show to end. I was talking about the originals. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the originals after Vampire Diaries, and technically the Vampire Diaries world hasn't ended yet because we still have the originals, so at least there's something. And also, I have tried to read the Vampire Diaries books, because a lot of the TV shows I've ended up watching have been based on books. So I have tried reading the Vampire Diaries books. Honestly, they were okay. I kind of liked them. At the start, I did kind of prefer them to the TV show, although I think I do lean more towards the TV show. I read the books up until about book 8 or 7. That's when I decided to give up on them. I didn't really have a real reason why I didn't really like the books. I think it was just that after like 7 or 8 books, I kind of didn't really, I kind of got sick of the writing style. It wasn't my favorite, so I kind of just gave up on it. So that was my experience with the Vampire Diaries books. The story in the books is very different than the one they show on the TV show, so just be aware of that if you guys are going to read the books. And yeah, it's just going to be weird not having Vampire Diaries, guys. I've been following the show since about 2009, 2010. I got into it like halfway through season 2, so that's a long time to be like watching a show and sticking with it. Literally 2009, 2010 was really the time where I started to really get into my TV shows and like find some really like good staple TV shows that I just watched weekly. So to have this one end, it's kind of sad, because it's like, now what am I going to do with my Thursday nights? I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to freak out about How to Get Away with Murder, because that's on Thursday nights. Vampire Diaries isn't even on Thursday nights anymore. They changed the day to Friday, which I think is really weird. And it's actually how I figured out that I missed an episode last week, because I didn't watch it because I was in my uni house and we don't have good Wi-Fi there. So like, I had 2 episodes to watch today, and so that's what I've been doing with my time, watching Vampire Diaries, freaking out, ranting about how much Bonnie needs to be happy. And yeah, so I think that's everything I wanted to say. I don't really know what exactly I said in this video. Basically, Bonnie needs to be happy, and hopefully they wrap up the show in a good way. And yeah, so I guess that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And let me know in the comments below what you think is going to happen in the next 5 episodes of Vampire Diaries. I honestly have no idea what's going to happen. I just know that they're eventually going to be able to defeat Kid or something, and everything's going to work out, and they're all going to live happily ever after. At least I hope that's the way it's going, but I guess we see. And yeah, oh my god. Please tell me that Nina Dobrev doesn't come back in the Vampire Diaries because Bonnie has died and Alina has woken up. Please tell me that's not what's going to happen. That just came into my head, and that kind of happened because, like I said, I told you I need Bonnie to be happy, and I need Bonnie to be alive. I don't need Bonnie to die. This is not what we need, guys. I'm sorry, that thought just came into my head, and I know it's an awful thought, but that's like something the show would do, because, you know, Bonnie just sacrifices herself for everyone. The amount of time she sacrificed herself for Alina, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just too much. It's too much. I can't even think about it anymore. Okay, I'm gonna go, guys. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully not talking about a TV show, but I can't make any promises. And yeah, thank you guys again for the 3rd time so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.